Okay, welcome back. So, safe to say this has not been going too great so far. We have very little left. Hoping that by this stage we'd have probably around 200 Master Gremlins, maybe a few less, a few dozen Grand Elves, and also we did finally get our hands on a few Magi, which is good for our main Theodorus, but they're all dead. Pretty much everything is dead, so all we have left are a few Nagas and a very small number of ranged units. So I think whether we can actually do this is going to depend on whether we can lure Terek to attack the town, because I think that's going to be a really good matchup for us if he does. But if he decides to go to the north instead, that could be it. Like, I don't think we can really defend our town enough to keep it safe. So we just have to see what happens. If he decides to go north, we're going to have to, I think, make some attempt to take one of his towns from him, because I really don't think that we can really do anything else at that point. We won't be able to fight him off, won't be able to defend our own towns, we just have to try and catch him out. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try moving my heroes as far away from him as possible, just to try and tempt him to go south instead. So, let's start with Orin. And Orin doesn't yet have Wisdom, so if we do decide to start using him as a proper backup, we should probably get that. And then Torosar we're just going to send further along in this direction. Pike Dram is stuck, Nila is also stuck, and we have no gold left to do anything else, so we could trade some resources, but no, I don't think we will. I think we'll leave it as is. Okay, so fingers crossed he will come to attack Rampart, as he's actually coming with a second hero, and he threatens to go north, but just kind of wanders around instead. Okay, so that's really taken us no further. And to add to our problems, Zubin is also quite solid. He could definitely do some damage, particularly with the Firebirds. So I think we need to make sure we get the Dendroids. And then we still got 2,800 left, which we could buy another building, but we don't have enough left over to really do anything after that. Still, I feel like we don't have many better options. Yeah, I don't really see a downside. It's relatively cheap. We can get a few extra units that are quite fast, use them as a block. Let's keep the Gremlin. These guys are 8 speed, these guys are 7, so we'll put these as our stack. Yeah, I think that should be okay. So if they come to attack us with this, I think we'll be okay. The thing I'm not sure about is the Firebirds. Okay, well, we can't really do too much with our heroes. They're all kind of cornered right now, so I suppose we could go pick this up. No, we've already done that. Oh well, it's day 5, let's just wait here till the end of the week. Should send someone back to the town, I guess. Yeah, let's do that instead. Let's see them come to attack us. Yes, they are going to. That is not looking too great. It is 4 Firebirds. And that's most of our forces down. But we do get tactics for this one, so that's perfect. Alright, let's see what we can do. Okay, I think we'll go with this, because most likely the Firebirds will come out to attack the Nagas. They'll attack through the Gremlin, but they won't be able to reach these two. They won't be able to reach the Dendroids. And yeah, we should be able to shoot them after that. Also, I've got the Dendroids in front of these two so that we can potentially dissuade the sprites from attacking, but we're going to have to deal with them a lot too. They're going to also cause us some problems. The rest of these units aren't really a problem. The Gargoyles can get through, but they're pretty weak, so that should be fine. Okay, let's see what they do. Okay, so they're actually going to go for the Gargoyles, but they do get locked, so that pretty much takes out the stack. These guys come to attack at the top. Yeah, we can't really do too much about this. So Magic Arrow is going to do 90 points of damage. We'll kill a lot of those. I think I'd still prefer to Bless though. They're out of range of the Nagas. Okay, so I think I think we just defend here. And yeah, they are going to go for the Nagas next turn and do some real damage, but in the meantime we should be able to mostly take out the sprites. Okay, so torn here between Magic Arrow, which is going to do 90 points of damage, and going for Bless is going to give us a total of about 40 extra damage this turn, but also it lasts for 7 rounds. So that might be more useful. If we do 200 damage with these, that's going to mostly kill them, so yeah, let's go for Bless. Okay, so I'm going to defend with these, hopefully take a bit less damage from Firebirds. Okay, so we lower them to 3, that's perfect. Because they do actually finish off the gargoyles, okay. Alright, so 90 points of damage on these will not quite get the kill, but we can weaken them quite a lot. And there's not really anything else worth going for. Blessing the Magi won't help us too much. The Nagas, I think, should be fine. I think they'll go for the Pegasi next, if anything. So we're going to go for Magic Arrow. Firebirds are immune to Magic Arrow. Forgot about that. If you're immune to any kind of elemental magic, and you're immune to Magic Arrow, it's quite unfortunate. We don't have too many other great things we can do. I could go for the haste. Thing is, if I go for the haste, it means that the Firebirds can then attack my Magi next turn. I think I know what I'll do. So we're going to haste these. We're going to wait with these. Send these down to attack. These guys shoot. And then we can block with these. Yeah, so they do go for it this time, but they don't do too much damage, and that's pretty much the threat dealt with. The gargoyles are going to go after our ranged units, so that's all good. Yeah, I think we can just go straight for the attack. Now these guys are potentially going to come through, but probably not this round. Still going to go to here though. Okay, that's those dead, and these guys, probably the bigger threat, so let's go for them. And let's just try and weaken these as much as we can. Okay, so they're blocking the way, that's perfect. Weaken these a bit more. Okay, so those die, and the other two haven't made it through the moat yet, so they can still knock down the gatehouse, but in the meantime, should be able to do a lot of damage to them. Got quite a bit of health left on the Grand Elves, so the Ballista's probably not going to do too much. And a bit of morale too, that's perfect. Okay, so let's see that. Ballista does 5 damage, so we can take one more shot. Okay, they're going to try and come through. Okay, so we can actually magic arrow them. Yeah, they're not actually immune to anything. Let's do that. Probably actually want to save the Pegasi, because these guys still have full health, so they can easily take a shot. Perfect. Okay, so that's them dead, and these guys can't get through. So he does flee, and the losses were not terrible, but we've not got many stacks left, which is going to make it quite hard to defend from the next guy. See if he goes for it. He doesn't actually go for it, okay. That's kind of annoying, I was hoping he would, because on the open field, I don't think it's a great fight for us. Yeah, I'd really prefer not to. That's kind of a problem. Okay, well, what I can do is I can try and get the castle here before the end of the week. I can also go for the Altar of Wishes. Probably want to try going for both. I think, yeah, we're kind of stuck playing defensively, at least for now. So let's just try and keep building up our towns. We're going to need to trade for some wood, but that's fine. Yeah, I think this is worth it. Okay, so let's send Torosar back to the trade post. And we want to get ourselves to 8 wood. Yeah, we can definitely afford to do that, that's fine. Alright, so next turn we should have enough for the castle, and this turn we should have enough for something. Unicorn Glade is a bit pricey. Particularly in terms of gems, that's really going to hold us back because we really need those in our main town. So I prefer, I think, to go for... I'm really tempted by the Mystic Pond. Because if you're stuck playing defensively, it's not a bad call. But then we do need a bit more wood. So it's between that and the Dendroid Saplings. Miners Guild, I guess, is a bit more affordable, but not so useful. Not sure about that one. I think we will trade a bit more. Because 24 sulfur should be more than enough, we're getting 1 each turn. And that way we can safely go for the Mystic Pond. Yeah, can't see a downside to that. Okay. So I still think it's unlikely he'll come to attack us. I'm almost tempted to try and offload a few units just to tempt him in. And would I be okay without the Dendroids? It kind of depends if he has ballistics or not. If he does, then I shouldn't risk it because we can't afford to lose Theodorus. It would be really terrible. We're fairly near the next week, so it should probably just wait it out. Yeah, we're going to start moving back. And the other thing we want to do is we want to make sure that Pike Dram can get back before the end of the week. Let's see what's guarding this. Doesn't tell us. No, it does. Pack of Medusas and a few Medusa Queens. Could maybe do that at some point. Yeah, so we want to wait here, I think, and then we can reach it next turn. We can drop off the Loins of Legion. And I don't think there's much else we can do. Unless we send Theodorus out, which I don't think is a good idea. So yeah, we're just going to win the turn. Hopefully he'll come to attack. Okay, so he's got yet another good hero who's strong enough to break through the unicorns. And he is pressing to the north, which is really bad. He's got a few ancient behemoths. Yeah, we're in some trouble here. So he's not too strong outside of the behemoths, but still, that's pretty difficult to deal with. I think if we get the castle here, we should be safe. So I think we want Orin to defend this. Torosar's not so important. I will go for the windmill. I think there's a good chance it's just going to get me killed, but still. I don't really want to try and chase this guy down until we've got a few extra units, so that would have to be next week. We do at least have Neela safe. Okay, so I think we can be pretty confident he's not going to come attack us, so it should be okay to put Pike Dram in the town. Theodorus, I guess he can go pretty much anywhere, you would think. So he can actually move out. So if he does go for us, it's obviously going to be a big problem. What I need to know is how the AI tends to respond to you not being in a town. Because in my experience, they don't tend to react too much to whether or not you have a castle. So being out could kind of screw us over. But if we go for this, it's day 7, so we'll get +2 instead of +1. And then I think if we go here, we've pretty much blocked them off. I'm not sure this is wise, but I think the choice has been made, so we just have to accept it. I think it does make sense to split the dendroids so we can keep people in place. But Pegasi had 2 hexes, which could be used to help block. No, I'd rather split these, I think. There's not really anywhere we can send Neela where she's going to be safe, but if we go here we can at least get a bit of experience. We'll go for Expert Scholar. And I think we'll move up towards these, towards the parapet. Yeah, we're kind of boxed in, so I think we just have to accept that. Let's see if he does come for us. Goes back with that guy, which is good, and this guy is potentially coming to attack our town. Okay, Week of the Horned Demon's not going to affect too much. Do we want to chase this guy down? Doesn't look like we can reinforce. We can reach him though. Yeah, we still got that +2 morale as well, so that's great. Yeah, I think we want to spend everything in the Rampart Town. So, 18 of these. And then we just get a few of these. Send those up. Yeah, I really don't like this, but I think he's got like no spell points left. So why not? Let's double check this. So yeah, we're on 50 out of 50. Yeah, we can't have this guy roaming around, we do just have to go take him out. He's Purple's strongest hero. It's not considered to be in our favour. But this time at least we do have positive morale. Yeah, I'm reminded how strong this guy is, and slightly regretting this. So his morale is positive. That could screw us. Okay, so I do have the option of slowing, blessing, mass haste. That obviously jumps out. Yeah, let's go for the mass haste. Okay, so we get quite a few turns in a row now. I think I want to weaken these, because these could get morale, and they could attack the Magi. So let's go for those first. Would like to take out the orcs, but they're going to be doing less damage than everything else. Yeah, he does have one spell, but he's used it. So we've taken a few losses, but we still got quite a strong stack there. Okay, so let's see. So the first unit to get a move is the Wolf Raiders. And then these guys can potentially reach the Magi. I think I should defend with these. We should try and knock these out. Thing is, if I go for the attack on the elementals, they can then come and attack the Magi. Talking about with my Nagas, of course, if I go to attack them with the Nagas, they can come forward and attack the Magi. So I could pull the Nagas back. But then they get a strong hit on probably the Pegasi. The good thing is the rocks can't attack the top 3 stacks, so they're going to come and attack one of these, and all of these are pretty bulky, so they should be okay. Just check on these, so these can reach us. So I could slow them. Yeah, I think I'm going to slow them. Okay, so they come forward, they attack the Naga Queens, not the Naga Queens, the normal Nagas. And they just about survive that. These guys need to defend. I'm not sure they can take the shot, but we just have to try. These guys I think should defend as well. These guys come forward, they go for the 1 stack, but we are defending, so that's okay. These guys come forward. Unfortunately, they do manage to take out the Pegasi, but that's not too surprising, I guess. Alright, so we do have to worry a bit now about the Behemoths. Okay, so new round begins. We can move with 3 of our strongest stacks for the Behemoths to get their turn. I don't think these guys can reach 8 speed, I don't think that's enough. Don't think I can protect the Grand Elves from the Goblins either. But these guys do get to go before the Goblins. So if we can knock out the rock, which we can, we should be okay. Unfortunately, this guy gets to go before this guy, and this guy gets to go before this guy, and we kind of need just somebody to land a blow on the rock. I don't want to use my spell on that if I can avoid it. These guys can reach, so that might be okay. Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay, so we get morale, so that's perfect, that's going to make a big difference. So we've weakened them a bit, and then we can go for a shot on these. Nagas are pretty weakened, so I think we do want to do that. Okay, so those are dead. Yeah, so we can bind the Behemoths in place. We have to kill one with a magic arrow first. But we need these guys to take out the rock. Yeah, I think we have to do that. Okay, so that opens these up. So we can try to hold the Behemoths in place. And that's maybe better than going for the Hobgoblins? I'm not really sure. So if we hit these, we probably get about 20 kills. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to magic arrow these. Hit these. Hold these guys in place. Ah, crap. Oh no, okay. Yeah, so that guy had lost a bit of health, and I just kind of assumed he could take the retaliation, but he couldn't. Yeah, so we've lost a lot of Grand Elves, but on the upside, this is Purple's strongest hero. And he's gonna have to flee here. Not sure I can kill him first. No, I can't. Okay, yeah, so he flees. Could have saved a few grand else there, but never mind. I think that mostly went pretty well. We get advanced logistics too, which is great. And I don't think we're currently threatened, because he's gone back. We've taken out their two strongest armies. Do have a few ancient behemoths to worry about, but I think we can handle those. Yeah, I think this is okay. So we're going to take Torosar. And we're going to take all the slow units. Move Theodorus back this way. And let's make sure this guy is ready to transfer quite a few units next turn. And then Neela's pretty free. Can't quite make it to the Sanctuary, but if we move up slightly more, we can go there next turn. Is she worth risking though? Obviously she's safe as long as she stays in the Sanctuary, but she becomes pretty useless if they start bringing heroes down, so not sure about that one. We can decide next turn though, so that's okay. Yeah, I think that's all fine. I'm just going to end the turn. Let's see if someone comes back. So they've got this hero, who I've not taken a good look at for some time. Get a bit of extra gold. They didn't have to fight the centaurs for that, I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, so she's okay, but she's not great, so it's got to be Vokiel who's his strongest, yeah. What I'm not sure about is if he's picked anything else up. Okay, so I do want to get the Cloud Temple by the end of the week. I think that's got to be done. Well overdue. And could upgrade the Golden Pavilion, but firstly we need to try and save as many gems as possible. And secondly, much more useful just to buy out the units. Solmir. Another interesting choice. Comes with quite a few Master Gremlins, so let's try and get him before the end of the week. I don't think we need him yet. Okay, so Theodorus should be safe for at least one turn. So I'm going to leave the army behind. I'm going to go trade some of this. That gets us Solmir. And then we've got a pretty good chain, so should be ready. Do whatever we need to do next turn. So I could have gone for the Medusa stores, but I don't think our force is quite good enough for that. We'd take a few losses. Let's check this out. Okay, so unsurprisingly we're still the weakest, but we have knocked Purple down from the strongest to the third strongest, so not so worried about them anymore. They've got the best individual units in the Ancient Behemoths. We're still well behind. But I think we'll be okay. So Red's got a really good looking hero, but we've not seen any sign of them, and they could be a few weeks away from fighting us, so we're not going to worry too much about that yet. I'm going to send Neela up to here. Put Pike Dram in the town. And yeah, the other thing I meant to do was to trade for 1,000 gold. If we don't do that, We can get a little bit further, but not too much further, so yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so still no Vokil. I think I want to try and get this tower town. Because if we do that, we can also push through the gem pond. As tempting as this is, because it does produce firebirds. Yeah, so I'm pretty confident we can afford that before the end of the week. The capital is probably worth saving up for. We send Theodorus as far down as he can go. Go for a bit of extra defense, because we're pretty weak on that. Visit this on our way through. And yeah, we'll get as close as we can. Okay, so we've taken the slowest unit. Theodorus is going to have quite a good amount of movement points next turn. Torresar needs to come further down. First, let's see how far Orin can go. Okay, so we can make it to the Altar of Sacrifice. Before we do that, let's see how far this guy can go. Far enough. Okay, no trouble there. That's about as far as he'll manage. Maybe a little further. Okay, I think that's probably about as far as we want to go. So then we can keep Torresar somewhere pretty close. Let's double check this. So yeah, he can make it really far, so in fact, Orin can almost make it on his own. So it doesn't really matter where we put Torresar. Not sure what to do with Neela. Because I'd like to scout, but obviously as soon as we do that, we're gonna lose her. But it would be good to know what they're doing. Because we can already see what they're defending Solium with. No, I think it does make sense to have Neela here. I think that's going to come in handy. We already know roughly what we're dealing with, so it's okay if we don't know exactly what they've got. Got a pretty good idea. That's going to lead to their town. Yeah, I think that's all fine, so let's see what we can spend. So we definitely want the capital. Let's see, so we're making 5k per turn, so if we don't spend anything now, we can get the capital next turn. I think that's probably the best option. The thing is, though, to take on the Evil Eyes, I think we're going to want more gargoyles, so, or even genies. Genies are not the bulkiest, so I think these guys are more useful. I will do this. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay, so unfortunately that guy stopped somewhere where we can't see what he has. And she is coming towards us. She's pretty strong. But if we leave any kind of defense in our rampart town, that should be fairly safe. Okay, let's do the chain. Five gems, perfect. crap, done that the wrong way around. Can we still make it? Not quite. But we've got pike trim, so that's fine. Okay, so with any luck we'll scare these off. And then we should be pretty much set for gems for the rest of the game, I think. So that's great. Okay, they do run off. We're not going to chase them down, we're going to leave that open. Could claim it this turn. One extra gem, I don't think we need to. Okay, so this one... we have mass haste. So we should be okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's do it. Yeah, not many losses expected. We are just going to go straight for the mass haste. We'll try and kill as many as we can. Okay, so we're going to go Dendroid Guards against Medusa Queens. Nagas against these. Yeah, we're going to have to hold back at least one stack. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, a bit stronger than I thought, but that's all good. Let's take a bit of extra morale from that, and let's scare these off. Let's take a bit of knowledge. And we have to actually fight a pack of war unicorns to get through, but that should be completely fine. Okay, so that's looking good. So I think Shiva is considering coming up to attack. But yeah, I think any kind of defense should work against her. Alright, so let's save our gold, and... you know what, screw it, let's go to the east. We're gonna have lots of gold soon once we get the capital, and I want to find out a bit more about what this guy has. So, something tells me he's come from the north, I could be wrong. Let's try it. Okay, so there's actually water there. Yeah, I'm not going to spend anything else, I think we do want to go for the capital, so that should be all fine. See, this guy is going to have to push through some Ifrit to attack us with that. Shiva's coming north. No one comes to attack Neela, so that's good. We're going to find out a lot this turn. Take this just in case we can save her. Another sanctuary, perfect. Let's stop off there. Let's steal a gem pond too. I think this map feels a lot bigger than it is, just because you only really have one option of where you can go. You can of course cut across, but for the most part it's just one big winding path. Okay, so these things I think we can handle. Good tactics, of course. Okay, they formed up as one stack, which is probably a good thing. Okay, so they can reach the Dendroids and the Nagas. Let's check this. So 6 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't reach anything if we move. But they could get morale, that's the big risk. I don't know if I can even protect the Nagas. No, I can't. Yeah, so I shouldn't have done that. Let's go block them off. And let's just try and weaken them as much as we can. So morale, that's really helpful. You guys can come be bait, I don't think it's going to work though. Okay, so they're going to go pretty soon. We do get 1 kill guaranteed with these. But let's not use them yet. Okay, so we can go for the mass haste, which is going to be the better option. It only costs 3 spell points and gives us a lot more flexibility about what we can do. So at this point, I think we can keep everyone safe. This should be fine, actually. There we go. Okay, so advanced tactics, let's go for that, and let's see what we can find here. So there's a watermill. I think we could use the gold, so let's do it. And other than that, let's try and go straight for the town. Can't actually see if purple owns it yet, but you would think they surely do. Yeah, because they've got more towns than us. Okay, we'll take the gem pond, we'll take a couple of extra gems, and we're up to 25, which should be more than enough. We've got 2 days to potentially get both the capital and the Cloud Temple. If we don't spend any gold, I think that should be fine. I think what I'd like to do is probably trade a few more sulfur off. Get the capital in our main town because it should be the safest. And yeah, that should give us plenty of gold to go into the rest of the week. Let's try and set up a bit of a chain. And yeah, that should be all fine. Yeah, so I stand corrected about purple. I feel like purple's main area is probably to the south, not to the north. But they have been both ways. Shiva is potentially coming to attack our rampart town, but if we just fill this with units, I think it should be fine. So I think Orin can get to there. Don't really want to spend my gold on this, but I don't think we have much of a choice. Let's just go with these because they're hard to kill. Probably not going to be worth the gold, but never mind. They are going to be really good at holding the town. Okay, so I am going to rush Pike Drum ahead. Yeah, it is their town. Not too strongly defended. Next to a hill fort. Let's see if Theodorus can reach. Okay, so Theodorus can't quite get there. I could go for the gold mine instead. Thing is, if I go for the gold mine, I don't know if I can come back to get it next turn. Obviously, we want to get it before the next week begins. So yeah, let's not do it. Okay, I think I'm going to be fairly safe if I do this. Because even if they do come to attack us with all this, we can handle that completely fine. Get our spell points back. And yeah, I think we can take that. Okay, so there's their main town, so we did kind of go the right way. Obviously we can't take that, but good to know. Okay, so I'm going to try going south instead. I could go for this, but we just end up getting trapped if we do that. Yeah, let's try this instead. Okay, so Cloud Temple next turn. Unicorn Glade is just not an option, and I don't think we need anything else particularly urgently, so... yeah, I think that should be all fine. Yeah, she can't beat us with that, and in fact, I've probably put her off. Let's see what she does. It'll be day 1 before she can take any of our towns, so that's all good, as she does come to attack us, and she's not expected to do too much. Okay, fairly straightforward. We're going to rely on her not being able to take out the arrow towers. She doesn't have ballistics. That could have screwed us over if she did. Okay, curses those. We can still kill these off though. Other good thing, of course, is she has no ranged units, so she's going to have to rely on the gargoyles, which aren't going to do too much. Okay, so if we go for this, we get a few kills. She's got 3 spell power, so it's going to be some time before the curse wears off. So, yeah, let's just go for it. I should have absorbed the retaliation with something else first, but then again, would have been 1 loss either way, so doesn't matter in the end. Kills our dendroids with spells, but then can't really do too much else. I'm gonna defend. Because we'll take 1 loss next time we get hit, and I think we might be able to keep it at just the 1. Oh, they can actually get through, crap. Didn't think they'd crossed the moat yet. Wasn't really watching. Okay, fine. So we're probably gonna take pretty similar number of losses to the auto-resolve in that case. No one else is gonna get through. Okay, so now I think we just defend, and all of this stuff should be killed off. She's probably going to flee, though. We should go right now. No, she doesn't. Okay. How many does she have? 1 left. She just lets herself go down. That makes no sense. Wow. That was a really good hero, and she just let it get taken out, and she's just gone and bought an alchemist instead, Josephine. I would have liked to have Josephine, because we do have the Golem Factory, which we have not taken advantage of. Cloud Temple, of course, day 7, great building to get, and let's also see what we can do in Equinox. Okay, so it is a full castle. So so rather than doing this... I'm gonna want to do this. Yeah, that should be fine. It's not the best, but it'll do. Okay, so we've got 70 spell points. We can just try and take them out in as few rounds as possible. There's no hero in here, which is great. See if these can get across. Yes, they can. Okay, so we need Archmagi to get rid of the penalty. Don't have to worry about spells, so we might as well just keep them close together. Actually... I don't know what I think of the Arrow Tower AI here, so I'm gonna keep these guys up close. They should get taken out first, which yes they do. And we will lose a few Master Gremlins, but that's okay. Okay, 110 points of damage is not quite enough. I think I'm gonna bless these instead. No, let's magic arrow these. What should happen is these guys should come in and attack us, we get the retaliation, probably knock them out. In fact, we definitely will. Okay, so they're going to take a bit of a beating, but there's not much we can do about that. And these guys are going to take a few losses too. It's going to be worth it though, taking a new town on day 7. Gonna make a big difference. Okay, so we've broken that open, we can go for the mass haste. Finish these off. Okay, so I'm hoping the pathfinding isn't going to screw me over. I need her to not go on the landmines. There we go, all good. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So we've taken this. This doesn't yet have the mage tower, but I'm pretty sure we can trade for it. 200 gold, no problem. Okay, so mage tower in here, we've got the castle already, so there's going to be a good amount of growth on that. Put Theodorus in the town, and yeah, at the start of next turn we'll be able to pick up a few extra Master Gremlins, a bunch of extra Magi, and we could be on our way to Titans too. So I think we pulled it back. It did look pretty dicey, but I think we pulled it back, and I think we've done enough for this part. So thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.